The future of the big box cable and how media is being consumed and used. I sat down with Imani Cheers. She's an assistant professor in the School of Media and Public Affairs at George Washington University.
Right now, the trend is really moving towards multiple platforms. So traditionally, you had the option of you could just go home and you would watch on one television. Obviously, you had maybe multiple in your homes, but now we have the opportunity. You can watch things on your smartphone. You can watch them on your iPad. So we're moving to these multiple platforms that are also allowing more viewers at more times to watch. But we're now pulling and really utilizing the internet in ways that have never been used before. And now in the last couple of years, everything is moving to online, and it's just this ability to stream is huge.
The criticism before, I should say the pushback from the networks was because it was very difficult to, number one, track the number of viewers, and second, to collect advertising dollars. If I want to watch CBS News or ABC News or CNN, they would have to run some sort of ad within what I'm watching, and not only that, they'd have to be able to track it to prove that I actually watched the entire segment. Has the technology changed now where networks can track you much better and also give you the ads that I guess you'd be interested in?
Yeah, I found that in particular with pay for subscriber television such as Hulu and Netflix, where they actually give you an option. Which one of these three ads are better suited to your personal preferences? So that sort of ad experience you didn't have before. Like right now, you just turn on the television and whatever ad plays, right? Depending on obviously regionally where you live. Right now, because we're in an election season, there's tons of campaign ads going on. But generally speaking, it was just a sort of cycle of ad, television program ad. But now it's more of a user-generated experience, okay? What do you want to see? What types of products are you personally buying?
Here's the latest development, right? CBS, for example, is offering some of their subscribers to basically watch CBS minus a couple big sporting events to pay a monthly fee. HBO is also doing it as well. Of course, they're famous for all the movies and content that they have. Now, if we take a step back, this is the model that probably would have frightened a lot of people if it came out 10 years ago. But it seems to me that the media industry is taking this, for the most part, in stride, saying, let's try it out, let's see how it goes. In fact, HBO and CBS seem to somewhat like the model. How do you explain that?
I think right now they're really looking at, you got to get with the times, okay? If you don't, you're going to get left behind. I know that CBS and HBO and analysts were watching and have been watching for a while now what internet companies like Netflix and Hulu were doing, and realized, hey, we can complain about it all we want, or we should probably pay attention, jump on board, and find ways in which we can do something similar. And I think right now they're looking at it. This sort of a la carte, as I like to call it, television watching experience. On the one hand, I don't think major consumer companies are really worried about this at the moment. I think they're saying, okay, on the one hand, it sounds like a good idea. HBO owns all of its content, unlike some other networks. So HBO is allowed to, they're going to make a profit, okay, and offering their paid, subscription television for a minimal monthly cost, unlike the bundles that you're going to get with, for example, Comcast, which is also part of NBC Universal. I think they're finding a way that everyone's still going to get paid, just might not be as much.
If you think about the business model, you have the content makers, whether it's CBS or HBO. Right. They feed to the distributors, which happens to be, in this case, Comcast or Time Warner Cable. Then there's the consumers who ultimately pay the distributors to get all this content. To me, it's a classic example of sort of the Amazon model where they're just going to bypass the distributor altogether. So the question is what percentage of the population is going to bite on this and say, hey, look, I'm going to save $100 a month. I don't want cable anymore.
I think you're going to be surprised at how many people are going to jump on this, because originally speaking, there are already people who refuse, the cord cutters to begin with, who never had cable. Okay, it's a small percentage of the population, roughly probably under 15%, who just refuse to have any sort of cable network provider. However, I think we're going to see moving forward that there are going to be quite a few more people who are saying, you know what, I'm paying for this massive bundle. Okay, I have 300 channels available to me, but I only watch about 5% of them. So why am I paying all this extra money for channels that I never watch?
Is this the death of cable as we know it with the big box?
I think it's the beginning of the end. I think as we move forward, people are just not going to want to pay the money for these massive options, these packages that again just don't produce, don't have anything they're going to watch. They don't have time to watch it. They might not be engaged to watch it, and they want to be able to pick which programs and which networks that they're interested in. And I think as we move forward, we'll see a lot more of this. I think Showtime's next. That's my prediction. Watch out, they're coming, and then Starz is right behind them.